Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. You know it's your boy Anime King, and today I'm gonna be giving you part 24 of What If Naruto Went with Itachi. Get this one to 100 likes as usual. Remember to share to all of your friends on your social media platform. Turn on that bell notification, stay posted, and also go ahead and check out part 71 of What If Naruto Went Dark and enjoy. So remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual, yeah. And I'll be leaving a link for my second channel, and I hope you guys enjoy. And if you haven't yet, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and click that red subscribe button and join the Anime King family. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Start the intro. You can change. You satisfy the rage in me. Take away my pain. You satisfy the rage in me. So the last time we left off, everyone was wondering if Naruto was a traitor, but he was being controlled by Itachi, that the seal that Pain put on him when he was with the Akatsuki. So they want him back now. Naruto faced off against Jiraiya and Tsunade as he summoned a giant wolf and also a giant raven bird, but he was losing a lot of blood. Pain told Itachi to go and get Naruto, and Itachi did something and Naruto passed out and he took him with him. I then explained what happened. How did Naruto get control? I told you guys all about the seal in the flashback. So yeah, and Team 7 has found out about it. That Naruto wasn't a traitor after all, he was being controlled. So the last part we left off was when Team 7 was talking and someone said I can help with that. So yeah, that was basically the last part, so let's get straight in this new part. Kisame and Itachi came into view, both annoying the stun looks they were getting at the moment. We want to get Naruto out of the Akatsuki, said Kisame, and Itachi is running out of time. He rather see both of his brother be happy than miserable. Sasuke glared. What does that man mean by both of his brothers? So, does Itachi think of Naruto as a brother? Itachi only has one brother, you blue-skinned freak, and that is me, Sasuke said. Very calmly, surprising all of them, as Itachi was also surprised a lot. I thought you wanted to kill me, little brother, said Itachi in a calm tone, as he looked at Sasuke right dead in the eyes. Sasuke's Sharingan was activated. I did, until Naruto told me something very important about that night, said Sasuke. Naruto words, they were training one night and Naruto words changed Sasuke's mind. He told him to give up on vengeance, that he will get strong. It doesn't need vengeance and hatred to grow his strength. Sasuke realized that while he was training with Naruto, he didn't think about vengeance and hatred, and he realized that he was getting stronger. So from then on, he started thought about it, and now he's at calm with the idea of not trying to get vengeance on Itachi anymore. Itachi stared at Sasuke with surprise. Just great, said Itachi. I was always hoping that you would ignore me that night when I told you to get more hatred and that you're too weak. Not that I needed you to try and kill me. Anyways, I'm dying on my own, Itachi said. Sasuke stared at him without saying a word. He then turned his head. Even though he had let go of the revenge of killing him, he still hated him for what he did. Anyways, that is not the reason you two are here. You said something about getting Naruto back, Sakura said as she walked out in front of her two teammates bravely and stood in front of the two missing nins. We did, young lady, but I must ask, who the hell are you? Kisame asked, a little confused. My name is Sakura Haruno. I am Naruto's teammate and his girlfriend, she said nervously. because over the time, Naruto has gotten really close to Sakura into the way that he always put his arms around her and he was always holding on to her. She saw that when she was around, he wasn't nervous, and the both of them gotten really close in their off time on screen. Oh shit, Itachi. Naruto was actually able to get a girlfriend. I guess I owe the kid $200, he said as he stared at Sakura. Yes, well, let's get back onto the subject, shall we? Itachi said as he looked at Sakura as well. You want Naruto back and we know how, except it will be hard since he is not in control of his mind or body. As Kakashi's eyes narrow at this comment. What do I mean is Naruto is not in control at the moment, Itachi said. Itachi then walked up to the tree and leaned against it as he folded his arms over his chest. Pain, the leader of the Akatsuki, put a seal on Naruto a long time ago. So if either me, Kisame, do certain hand seals, Naruto will fall under our control, and Pain is able to do it as well. It was a precaution measure in case we really had some gruesome missions. Pain didn't want to break Naruto, him being a kid and all, so he put seals in place, so Naruto wouldn't remember anything if the mission was too bad. Itachi said as he looked over at Kakashi and Sasuke. Sasuke's eyes widened in understanding, while Kakashi simply nodded his head. He knew that something was wrong, and now he knew that Naruto was being controlled all this time. So why are you helping us? Your organization want the Biju. So tell me, why are you helping us? Kakashi said as he glared at Itachi. Itachi stood there and stared at Kakashi for a moment. He then looked at Kisame, who looked at him, and then both turned back to Kakashi. Actually, all the Biju's vessels are safe. That was Madara's idea, to use them in an evil way. But he's now dead, said Itachi, with a stoic voice. Are you talking about Madara, that helped build Konoha? But wouldn't that make him like 100? Sasuke asked. Itachi nodded. He had an eternal Mangekyou Sharingan. He did something to himself that he could stay young and no one would ever know. He also left the instructions on how he did it, said Itachi as Sasuke's eyes got widened. I see, but I still want to know, why are you trying to help us when we are enemies? Kakashi asked, as he didn't let his guard down, even though Kisame and Itachi were in relaxed positions. Neither was thinking about the attack. We want to help because Naruto is like our little brother. We like it when he's running around and acting like the kid he is, Kisame said sadly. What do you mean? Missing nins are heartless killing machine. They can't be kind, could they? Sakura asked as she was also in a relaxed position. Tch, like you know anything, Kisame said. Cut to the chase, will you two? Help us get Naruto back, or will you stay and watch us die as we try? Sakura asked, Sasuke and Kakashi coming up behind her to give her support and show that they weren't afraid to fight. Itachi smirked as he looked at the girl standing in front of him. Of course we will help, but you must pay close attention and listen to everything we say. I don't have much time. My disease is killing me and I don't have long, Itachi said calmly, but apparently catching Sasuke's attention. Disease? What kind of disease are you talking about? Sasuke asked, as he looked at his older brother. Itachi looked at Sasuke before sighing. My dojutsu disease. My Sharingan is killing me, Itachi said, as Sasuke had a shocked expression on his face, while Pain smirked as he was looking into a water globe and watching the five of them in Konoha, as he wanted Itachi to die from a simple disease. He didn't want to waste time fighting Itachi. He turned to look at Naruto, who was now blank-faced and dull-eyed. Naruto was the future of his kind. He will lead with power and intelligence. He will be the best out of all of the countries. Pain couldn't wait. He was going to bring peace to the world by using Naruto, and not even his sensei Jiraiya could disagree. Pain smiled once again as he signaled for Naruto to follow him with the other vessels. He was going to explain what was going on, and why they were there, and what their future is going to be from now on. Itachi and Kisame has gone back to the Akatsuki base. Those who were left out of the organization smiled as the both of them walked down the hall. They were heading back to Pain's office. They were going to talk to him and get him to release Naruto back to them. They will be better to take care of Naruto in the first place. They finally came up to a door. It was dark. Only the source of light was a light from under the door. Itachi knocked on the door and waited as he heard enter. Konan was there on Pain's right side while Naruto stood on his left, blank face and all. Pain, we made contact to the other side and they do want Naruto back, Itachi said as his eyes landed on Naruto. Still couldn't believe that Naruto was still under the mind control seal. He soon moved his eyes back onto Pain, who was nodding. I thought so, but we will have to get the other vessels to agree to this plan though, Pain said as he stood up to only almost drop on his face. But Konan caught him though. Pain, you're obviously weak. Allow me to take over Naruto and talk to the other vessels. And if they get riled up, my Sharingan can control them and stop them from attacking. Pain then sit back down as he looked at Itachi, then Naruto. He then nodded. Alright, make sure you take over as soon as I release him, Pain said as he did his hand signs. And the second Pain was finished, Itachi did the same. A swirl of sparkles flew from Itachi, sparkling chakra, as it went around Naruto, as the hope came back into Naruto's eyes, but then disappeared again, as he was now being controlled by Itachi. Now go down there and speak with them. They should be able to understand and follow Naruto's command, Pain said as he closed his eyes, as Konan placed a hand on his shoulder, as they left the room with Naruto with Pain sitting in his chair. As they left off to meet the other 8 Jinchurikis, hopefully to sway them to their side. Meanwhile, back at Konoha, Sakura and Sasuke was at the academy watching the younger ones practicing their jutsu, as it reminded them as when they were in the academy. As the both of them laughed to see a boy named Konohamaru try to perform the shell clone jutsu, but it was pretty lousy. The clone wasn't even moving, just lay there with his tongue stick out and in a heap. Sasuke chuckled, making the kid glare at him. Unless you find a way to control your chakra, you won't be able to make a single clone, Sasuke said as the boy frowned. Iruka came behind him and patted him on the head. Don't worry, I think I can work with your class on that. You all seem to have a high level of chakra. You need some chakra exercise so you can better control your chakras. As Konohamaru grinned, Iruka turned to the 2 newly promoted Chunin. You 2 can come if you like. I think they might like to see you guys climb trees, Iruka said as he led his class outside. As Sasuke and Sakura took the window and getting outside faster, Sakura watched as Sasuke walked up and down in the tree, showing off to the kids and giving them advice. She then sighed as she watched Iruka take over back and talk about leaf concentration. It will help them concentrate their chakra and focus on their training. She watched as a small blonde girl yelled out in pain. Her focus got interrupted as her chakra burnt her a little. Sakura went over there instant as she started to heal the little girl. There you go, little one. You have very strong chakra, strong enough to burn yourself. So you need to focus and try not to lose control, Sakura said as the girl nodded at her as she went back over to the class. Back with Itachi. Itachi moved over to the cells that hold the Jinchurikis, all of the bars, holding ceiling tags, draining the ninjas inside of their chakras, so they won't get strong enough to break free. All of the 8 vessels looked up as they saw Itachi, Kisame, and someone else. They didn't know who it was since he had on the umbrella hat. Gaara leaned against one of the walls, watching the Akatsuki members walk into the middle of the room. He couldn't help but feel like he knew the short one that was hiding his face. Killer Bee was the next one to look up as he ignored the short one as he stared at Itachi and Kisame. He didn't trust any Akatsuki member. He wanted to get out and kill the 2 standing in front of him. Yujito sat in her cell as she looked across at Killer Bee, her partner. She still couldn't believe that she got captured so easily, while Fu sat in her cell as she looked at the curious boy, the short one with a straw hat. Well, it more looked like an umbrella, she said. She hated it here though. She wanted to go back to her village. She didn't want to be in a cell like this, and she didn't like to feel weak because these bars are draining her chakra, not to the point to kill her, but to stop her from doing pretty much anything, and another seal to stop her from transforming into that beast. While the rest of the Jinchurikis looked at the Akatsukis, as they also wanted to get out of here. All the Jinchurikis in the cell wore the same clothes, metal mesh with tank tops and black shorts and sandals. Itachi saw that he got most of their attention and decided to speak. Look, we have caught you for a reason, and we have kept you because of that reason. You will be able to return to your villages soon enough, only if you agree to be part of this new team, Itachi said, gaining all of your attention now. This group will work together to connect all of the countries together and bring peace once and for all. Once that is accomplished, you 8 and the 9th one will all help the cages to keep that peace. You will not let it fall apart, ever. That means you will have to go to country and talk to each cages, Itachi said as he watched each of their reaction. It was then Han who talked, the Jinchuriki of the 6-tailed white donkey, who is the 9th person of our group, and I am assuming that he is a leader, since the lower 8 Bijus are in us. The holder must have the Kyuubi, he asked, as he then went quiet. Itachi nodded at him. Correct. He is the older of the Kyuubi, and he will be the leader of this group. So meet your soon-to-be leader, Naruto Uzumaki, Itachi said as he pulled the umbrella off of the red/blonde hair boy, as Naruto here has gotten red mixed with the yellow, so it's a more darker color. But before this group is formed, Itachi said, and Kisame continued, you guys will have to wait a little bit more longer, because we have to take little Naruto here somewhere before your mission starts. Kisame said. Killer Bee jumped on his feet in protest. What do you mean? You said that you will let us out so we can go home. Was that a lie? He asked angrily as he pounded against the bars. Kisame frowned. We are not going against our word. We have to take care of something, and you guys have to think about joining this group. You must make your choice to help stop the fighting once and for all, or will you make it worse? And with that, Kisame left the room as Itachi and Naruto followed behind him silently. All of the Jinchurikis looked at each other. Back at the Leaf Village, Sakura stood on top of a high surface, She decided to lay down and look up in the sky. But when she did, she realized that she was laying on something warm, as she then heard a heartbeat. As she got up and turned around to see Naruto, as he smiled at her, Sakura looked stunned. She thought that Naruto was with the Akatsuki, as he was currently being controlled by pain at the moment. She brought her hand up and put it against Naruto's cheek, feeling his whisker marks, thinking that she would never see this again. "I thought that I would never see you again," she said as Naruto put a hand over hers, holding her hand on his cheek. He smirked and looked into her eyes. "They cannot get rid of me so easily," he said, as he went in for a kiss. In the real world, Sasuke looked up into the tree to see Sakura smiling softly in her sleep. He smirked and realized that she must be dreaming of Naruto. "I really hope that Itachi's plan worked. If not, then Naruto is really lost," Sasuke whispered to no one, as he leaped into the tree, picking up Sakura, intent on taking her home. Right here we're going to have a time skip. Some time has passed. Sakura has gotten really stronger. Tsunade has taken an interest and started to train her even farther in the medical field. Her hair has grown so long it has passed her butt, but it was still tied in a high ponytail. Sasuke has also grown strong. His speed and strength were far above a normal tuning. He was taken under the wings of Anko. He also signed the snake summoning contract. He summoned small ones but useful. He was also learning taijutsu from Guy. Not to mention he was hanging around Aibaki, interested in interrogation techniques. Kakashi has also upped his game, as he is now able to fight Jiraiya on equal grounds. He could even use his Sharingan for longer than usual, without it suppressing and exhausting him, as he knew that war was about to break out, or better yet, could something good happen and peace finally set place in this world. But that was a long shot, as he watched Sasuke and Sakura spar in front of him. He then jumped out of the tree he sat in and attacked his students in a surprise attack. Back at the Akatsuki base, Itachi, Kisame, and Naruto was in a field, as Naruto was facing off against Itachi, and by the looks of it, Naruto training has been really effective. Naruto would have been able to pass the Jonin exams any day if he wanted to. Itachi then broke his thoughts as he saw the yellow hair blonde at his side. Well, not really yellow hair anymore, mostly red with yellow bangs. Naruto hair changed as it turned completely red, but he had yellow bangs, as Naruto had no control over this, because when the control seal was placed on him, another seal was as well. A seal that transferred the fox's chakra into his system faster and more efficiently than the fourth Hokage. In about a month, Naruto would be the nine-tailed demon fox. But Itachi didn't matter. Naruto was always sneaky, so having fox-like abilities wouldn't change Naruto. He was sure that the rest of the Akatsuki and Team 7 would agree, because Naruto is one of a kind. But guys, I'm gonna be ending this episode right here. If you want to see the next part of this, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification. And remember to share to all of your friends on your social media platform. But I'm all for now, guys. Peace.